Hello and welcome back to the first video of 2021. So it's been a while, it's been a month. By the time you see this, obviously it'll be a month, it'll be the 1st of February. That's when this will be coming out. I know you've missed me. It's been a rough start to the year. I had a lot of work to do for uni, which is obviously sometimes has to come before. Nevertheless, I've been planning things for you guys. I've got a full schedule. I've prepared for this, for the proper start of the year. So yeah, make sure you tune into that. And make sure, if you are new around here, to smash that subscribe button down below. It's just a red button. I'll give you a second. Right, now we will get into the video. So today, I have prepared a nice video which has got a lot to do with lockdown. So obviously through lockdown, a lot of people all they have to do is stay at home. They've not got much to do, many people to see. So Netflix is where everyone goes. Most people go. I go anyway. So today I prepared my top 10 recommendations for Netflix. I'll be splitting the video into two parts. The first part will be 5 recommendations for my favourite and what I think everyone should watch. The top 5 series on Netflix, which is, I've got some bangers in there, and I hope you guys will take the recommendations and get on them, because honestly, amazing. And then the second part will be the top 5 films on Netflix, which also I highly recommend. Without further ado, make sure you smash the like button, make sure you smash the subscribe button, and let's get into it. So, recommendation number 1. So, if some of you may recall the Karate Kid films from like 19 God knows when, I think there were 3 films. I absolutely loved them. The Karate Kid, I loved the whole story behind it. I loved how they filmed it. I loved the way the plot developed. I loved everything about it. And then very recently I discovered Cobra Kai. It is the new, I think one of the newest or newer series on Netflix. It is basically pretty much the same actors have moved on from the Karate Kid onto Cobra Kai, and it's basically when they grew up. So it's their children and how their lives developed since the film was made and stuff like that. It is an extremely exciting and mind-blowing series, to be honest. And the most recent 10 episodes came out like 2-3 weeks ago. So what better than to live memories and kind of see what the actors have been up to in the made up lives. But yeah, honestly, absolutely amazing series. Right, recommendation number 2. So I think one of the best series I've ever watched, or very close up to be the best, Money Heist. Honestly, it is, I can't recommend it anymore. Like, it is such an amazing series. The plot is amazing. It always keeps you on the end of your seat. It just captures you from the first moment, and it doesn't let go until it's over. And the new season is coming out near the end of this year, so that's one to look forward to. It's basically a group of people that have had crimes in their past, that have had hardship in the past, and they come together with a series of ways. I don't know what I'm saying. Where's my English? Anyway, they come together somehow and they start to go through a series of events. I don't want to say too much so I don't ruin it for you guys, but basically there's a lot of plotting, a lot of mischief, a lot of sort of thrilling events, a lot of... Honestly, it's just amazing. Right, so recommendation number 3. So a lot of you may have heard of it before, a lot of you may have not. So basically the series is called How to Get Away with Murder. I think there's like 6 seasons. The most recent season came onto Netflix like a couple of months ago. It's basically a series that goes on about how a group of people get to uni to study law. They get into a number of sort of entanglements, Absolutely thrilling again. There's a lot of sort of ups and downs and things that absolutely take your breath away. I think my favourite thing about the show is the fact that it's not only people go to law school, they deal with issues and they come across murder cases and blah 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 blah, but it's more the fact of how the characters develop, how the characters grow, how you slowly start to sort of know what the characters are about. You start to find out their personalities. I just think it was made in an absolutely amazing way. Right, so the fourth recommendation. It's a series that I have literally started from day one. I don't even remember how I came across it, but I came across it. I started it. The first maybe couple of episodes, it was sort of like, do I like it, do I not? It is a series called Power. Right, so I think it's made by 50 Cent, if I'm not mistaken. Phenomenal. He's also in it, so he directs it, he created it, and he stars in it. But it's basically about drug lords and sort of people that own parts of the city and people that grew up in bad neighborhoods and became drug dealers and like drug wars and stuff like that, and people that have tried to come out of the drug game, but you can never come out of the drug game and stuff like that. So thrilling. I think the main, what pulls me towards this series so much is the fact that it not only kind of entertains and keeps you on the edge of your seat and you're always like, oh, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? But it's more the fact that it teaches you stuff. So like, one of the main things I got out of it is loyalty, brotherhood, how regardless forgiving is a massive thing to have in your life. Forgiveness, mind me. No, but honestly, I think there's like 7 seasons, and now that series has ended with a huge plot twist, and then they've started sort of the second chapter of that series, which is called Power Book 2. That is not available on Netflix as far as I know. Right, so the final recommendation for series. So this is one I've been watching for years, even though it's finished a long time ago. I've literally watched it from day dot all the way till it finished. It's called Suits. Most of you probably have seen it, or most of you have probably heard of it, or most of you have probably been told to watch it. Honestly, I mean, ever since it finished, I've been just rewatching it. It never gets boring. And funnily enough, I've not still remembered what every episode has, so it's kind of still exciting. It's basically a legal series where fraud starts. I don't really want to give away much from the series because it's kind of the point of the series, but basically someone was knocked into another life for a few reasons, and then he was continuing on that life when he wanted to get out, and then he was offered a huge opportunity to change his entire life. But obviously you don't get given that without taking risks from his position, so he took a massive risk, and he was knocked into a new life where he started to become happy, but he always had something hanging over his head. And at the point when he was just about to cut the rope and stop that thing from dangling over his head, he got knocked into a different life. And it's always exciting. It's always, you have no idea what's going to happen in the next episode. So now I've given you the 5 top recommendations for series on Netflix. Now let's move into, drumroll please, the 5 film recommendations on Netflix. As the first recommendation was Cobra Kai, if you remember, if you've watched from the start of the video. Now, my first recommendation of films is, you guessed it, The Karate Kid. So, as I said, I think there's 3 films. It's quite an old film, but basically, it's all around sort of someone that was getting bullied, and then because of moving to a new city where he's sort of out of place and stuff like that, and he starts to hide the bullying from his mum, but then he comes across sort of blessing in disguise, where he is given the opportunity to not just learn how to defend himself, but learn the art of looking after yourself without causing anyone harm, if that makes sense. Right, film number 2. This is sort of a film about sort of sleight of hand and magicians and stuff like that. Now You See Me. There's 2 films. I think both are on Netflix now. I think the second one has just been put on, so you guys are in luck. It's basically magicians that come together, they form a group, and then they start taking on sort of issues, they start taking on matters with the use of magic and sleight of hand. I think it's so captivating because you sort of don't expect it. It's like watching a magic show, basically, just with the stakes a lot higher. So yeah, basically, it's magic with very high stakes, sleight of hand, and it's just such a sort of eye-opening moment where you're like, how did he do that? So, recommendation number 3. I don't know if you guys have heard of it before, but it's not the newest, but it's one of my favourites. It's a series of films called Step Up. One of the most inspiring films because it sort of mixes dance with expression of sort of feelings, expression of thoughts, tackling of issues and things like that. It's such an inspiring film. It brings people together. It makes people see that power is in numbers. So when you're tackling an issue, when you come together, you're more likely to resolve it than if everyone's standing alone. It teaches you so much about life in general, and particularly I want to recommend Step Up 4. It's personally my favourite out of the series of 5 films. Obviously, if you've not yet done that, go watch obviously the first 3 parts of the film, and then come to watch number 4, and then finish off with Step Up All In, which is number 5. But yeah, it's basically a huge issue comes across, and the group come together to tackle the issue using dance to show how important the problem not existing would be for the community. Right, the final recommendation of this video. Hope you guys, if you stayed this long, I hope you've enjoyed it. Make sure to check all the recommendations out. Here is number 5. So my final recommendation is a film that has the star character as the greatest actor, I think, Ryan Reynolds. But Deadpool, probably most of you have already heard of it. It's sort of a comedy superhero type of film where he gets this sort of disease where he starts to get superpowers and stuff like that, and then he starts to sort of go through tasks and starts to save the day with his suit, and you go through the development of how his suit gets to the stage where it is at the final part of the film. Right, so that is today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have, make sure you smash the like button down below. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and help me on the road to 1K subscribers. Sounds really good, doesn't it? Anyway, again, I just want to apologize about, I've been gone for a month. I haven't been giving you guys updates. It's been quite a rough start to 2021. But I'm back now. This is the first of many videos. I've got a whole bunch of videos planned for February especially, just to get the year started on a good sort of note. I've got like 2 to 3 videos a week, every week for February. For now, you never know what's coming up next. I've got a lot in the works. But yeah, I've got a lot of videos coming for you guys this month especially, so make sure you check that out. Make sure you subscribe and smash the notification bell so you're notified every time I upload. And enjoy the start of February. For me, this has been a great video, great way to get back. Honestly, I've been so excited doing this video. It's what I really love making videos for you guys. I hope you guys are loving the videos I'm making. Obviously they take time and effort, but If you don't enjoy what you do, you can't expect other people to enjoy it. I definitely love making videos for you guys. So make sure you drop me a comment down below if there's any videos you would like me to film. And I'll try and get onto that. But for now, that's been me. And I will see you guys in the next one. Ali out.